What's happening, everybody? It's your boy S. Dot here. I know it's been long overdue. Been busy. Life happens, but we're here. Finally, and we're here with a much needed collaboration, long overdue collaboration. My guys, Mo Boxing, no problem. We've been working together for a while, and we've had some stuff in the works, but we haven't had a chance to finally put the whole thing together. So now you are starting to see the effects, I guess you can see, of the finished product, or what's going to be the finished product is going to be some great content that we have that's in store for you guys. So you guys know me, your boxing fix. I'm gonna let my guys here. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves. If you've followed my page, you know who they are. But I'm gonna let you guys take the floor, man, and introduce yourselves.
Absolutely, man. So if you follow Mobox No Problem, you've probably seen your boxing fix on a few of our prediction shows and post-fight shows. But as for me, I am Jose Jerez. I'm the original creator of Mobox No Problem. Been doing this for now, I guess, like 3 years going on this. So happy to be here and happy to talk some boxing with you guys.
Hello,
Go
I'm
ahead, Steve.
Ezekiel. I'm Ezekiel. I'm best known by AKA Zeke. I recently got into this with I call him president. Gotta give him the respect, I connected with him, and then we just connected with their boxing fix. But in this game, I've been about maybe like a year and a half. I was one of the last recruits that Jose did. But yeah, I just wanted to get into this boxing channel and take it to take my knowledge to the next level, and provide you guys the fans for what we could, maybe take you guys, maybe beyond that point that you guys think, we could just expand your knowledge, bring uh, a lot of news or content, and that's what we're here for. We're here to bring you guys all the fun stuff, all the stuff you guys either hear is rumors, and or all that good stuff. We're just that's what we're here for, and we're here for the fans. Give them a great show.
Absolutely.
Definitely, I agree 100%. With everything that you said, bro. It's all about the fans and giving fans the sport that they love to watch, and the sport that we love to cover. And it's fun, to be able to do this. Like I said, you guys know me already. I've been watching boxing since I was 3 years old. I remember watching Mike Tyson get knocked out by Buster Douglas on my uncle's floor and crying my eyes out. So I've been watching boxing my whole life. So I really enjoy this. But I want to get things started off. I got a question for not only you guys, but anybody that's watching. We've had some good boxing for a couple months now, actually. Um, who have you been most impressed with from a performance standpoint? I mean, we got guys like Angelo Leo that just became champion. We got guys like Martin McCauley, who beat Jared Anderson, and now he's on the scene. We got guys like Rayo, who beat Esau Cruz, boxed beautifully. Who who stands out to you guys?
You want to
Jose.
go first, Nick? Me? All right. Well, for me, I think the one I've been the most impressed by is Rayo Venezuela. You know, and just kind of the story, of kind of his, goal to the mountaintop for the world title championship win. Unfortunately, in boxing, we have that bad habit of if a fighter loses, he's a bum. We write him off. And when he lost to De Los Santos, a lot of people had Rayo written off. They didn't think he was going to come back from it. Then he had that controversial loss to Chris Colbert. But he got that back. And leading up to this fight with Pitbull, Pitbull is a star in Mexico. He was like the Elvis in Mexico. Not many people were giving Rayo a chance just because of Pitbull's style. Pitbull going 12 rounds with Gervonta Tank Davis. So they're thinking like, man, if he gave Tank problems, like he's gonna go through Rayo. But Rayo did his thing, man. He boxed beautifully. He was in control of the entire fight and made it a clear victory for him to win a world champion. So I think that's who's been most impressed on my side is Rayo.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Honestly, same here. I'll go with Rayo. The reason why, because just like it just the fact that sucks and or respectfully is that fans and upcoming boxing fans or any other person that seems to walk by and watching, oh, that guy sucks. Like, it sucks that you guys, um, everyone in general, so most people, some people, they go based on just one match, you know. Got a comment here, Jose. If you want to read it.
Yes, Skywalker Boxing Media just says Angelo Leo had layoff after Fulton loss and made comeback on Pro Box TV. Now 2-division champ, being a tough champ in Venado. Yeah,
Good point.
definitely. And yeah, the knockout, man.
Yes,
that,
sir,
that,
yeah.
that knockout hurt. That knockout hurt when I saw it, man.
And we might be talking about knockout of the year, fellas, when we talk about that one, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
Could be, yeah.
But
yeah. So like I was. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. You go.
no. You were cooking. You were cooking, bro. Go ahead. Keep cooking.
Yeah. So like I was saying is I'm Mexican, and but at the end of the day, I just I can't be biased. I'm not biased, but I can't say, well, I'm gonna go for this guy. Nah, well, may the best guy win. At the end of the day, Rayo did his thing. He came in with. I'm not saying um Pitbull didn't box the way he should have. No, credit to him, credit to both. But I just seen Rayo came in with the strong mentality, and he went in with the plan that he was applied to. He whatever he trains in camp, he was I would say he stick to it throughout the whole way. I know it's hard sometimes when because at the end of the day you don't once you're in there you're gonna know if your plan works or not. So it's just I gotta give my respect to Rayo. He went in there. He took care of business. He got the W, and it is what he took the win. He took the win, and sometimes you have good days, sometimes you have bad days, but Rayo did his thing. He took the win, and pretty much, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. Another comment here. Sorry to cut in there. That says Rayo definitely did his thing too. Faced a lot of adversity in his fights, leading up to Pitbull.
I was impressed with Rayo too, man, because I don't know if you guys got the same kind of feedback on your pages when the fight was announced. A lot of people were tapping in saying that he doesn't deserve, the fight. He's gonna get knocked out. People are already, writing Rayo off. So I would agree with what y'all are saying, but I'm gonna step outside the box a little bit, man. Martin McCauley. His performance was impressive. Jared Anderson, I know he was in the process of getting to that level, but I mean, he just walked right through him, and now it's to a point where people were saying now, okay, I want to see Martin McCauley, who wasn't even really talked about that much. Now people are like, put him in there with Zhilei Zhang. Let's see what happens with Zhang or even somebody higher up. Let's put him in there with a top 5 heavyweight. So for him to go from somebody that was, I don't want to say unknown, but in the process of working his way up, that hasn't really gotten that big break that he's wanted, to now people saying, hey, let's put him in there with Zhang, who is in line for a title shot hopefully soon. People want to see that. To me, that's impressive. He reminds me of a George Foreman type. So I have to mention McCauley's name in there as well.
That's a great pick too. I was just looking at his box rate real quickly. And the kind of the biggest name before the Jared Anderson fight, in my opinion, was Michael Anderson. Back in 2018, and that was a loss. By McCauley. So him going up to Jared Anderson, if you kind of just do the, who's better, Jared Anderson or Michael Hunter, you probably say, well, Jared Anderson's better. But Coley proved that you can't really just, styles make fights, and he showed up that night and just made it look easy.
For sure. But I have to give shout out to Jared Anderson though for taking that fight, because you said it earlier, bro, and I absolutely hate that boxing fans do this. For some reason, when someone loses, fans have a tendency to write them off and say they're this or they're that. Or when you post someone will mention the name of the fighter that beat the person that you post or whatever. And it's like, it happens in boxing. You have to understand you have a world-class athlete that's been training his whole life to get to this point versus another world-class athlete that's been training his whole life to get to that point. Somebody's got to lose. It's gonna happen. It happens in life. You lose some point in life. And what gains you fans and what gains you, the following is how you handle your loss. What happens after that? That's why Daniel Dubois, I have a ton of respect for because he got his face smashed in by Joe Joyce not too long ago. Now he's getting ready to fight Anthony Joshua, sold out Wembley Stadium, and could possibly be fighting the winner of Usyk Fury for undisputed championship. You know what I mean? Or somebody even like Anthony Joshua, who lost to Usyk twice, threw the belts out the ring and all that stuff, and say, you know what? I'm gonna get back right. I'm gonna get back where I need to be, and now he's getting ready to fight Daniel Dubois, and they're both looking at potential title shots.
Absolutely, no. Well said. Well said. You can't write people off a loss.
I can't stand it, bro.
Man. Well, wanted to kind of get into this weekend's fights. We don't have a Golden Boy card. We don't have a matching card. Don't have PBC Top Rank. But what we do have is we got the Floyd Mayweather exhibition, going on in Mexico City tomorrow night. How you guys feeling about that fight? Was that something that was kind of on your radar, or you kind of like, mid about it?
You want to take this one first, or you want me to
go for it? Go for it.
You want me? I mean, it wasn't on my radar, bro, but it's not something that I was surprised when I saw because that's something that Floyd's been doing the past couple of years, right? It's been exhibitions. So now you have to ask yourself, do I want to watch it or not? That's a story that you have to start asking yourself because that's all we're getting out of Floyd now is these exhibitions. So was it on my radar? No, but I'm not surprised, bro.
What about you, Seek?
I could say 50-50, I gotta say, I'm gonna support the event. We wish we could have been over there, but if I'm 50-50 excited, but at the end of the day it's a boxing match, so you just gotta support them. And also not just Floyd Mayweather, but the undercard, we got Carmel, we got Picasso, we got I believe it's John Easter or something like that. His name I forget his name. We got Joseph Brown, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we it's a couple, I respectfully to Floyd, but I'm looking more into the undercard. These they're upcoming prospects. So, and Carmel is Carmel. He's a young, great fighter. So I'm looking at the main event. Yes, I'm excited. But I'm more excited about the undercard. I want to see these fights from the undercard. See how they do. And then possibly maybe their next matchup. But yeah, to get to my point, I'm more likely excited about the undercard than the main event.
Yeah,
that makes sense. I mean, I didn't mean to cut you off, Jose, but I think they added some boxers in there to attract the actual hardcore boxing fans. Like people would say, "Well, I don't want to see an exhibition, but I'll still watch for the undercard." So it's something for everybody.
Yeah.
Yep. And then Skywalker Boxing Media says, "I'm cool with this event. Last event was cut short. Bayless stopping the fight. Hopefully they keep the peace. The undercard looks good." And I mean, just speaking from kind of our Instagram followers, I got a lot of hate when I posted the fight week for the event. A lot of people were saying it's not real boxing, or like, stop posting trash. I did the undercard fights, and again, a lot of hate. So it's definitely divided. From my point of view, especially the channel is, Mo Boxing, no problem. So me, I think whether it's an exhibition fight, whether it's an influencer fight, or it's a pro fight, Mo Boxing is better. We get something to watch, something to keep us entertained. It's like the only sport that I do watch. And I don't know if Floyd planned it like this way, but he's got no competition tomorrow. It's his event's the only big boxing card really going on. So, if you're a fan of the sport, you're gonna be tuning in. You're gonna be tuning in, especially for, like you said, Seek. Probably not for the main event, You know, there's going to be definitely people that tune in for that, but just the undercard is a lot of up and coming prospects. You know, a lot of people that could be the future of boxing.
Yeah, especially Carmel.
Yes, sir.
Especially Carmel. He's one of those young ones that stand out. You know, I want to put him in the, or maybe not quite in the group with Abdullah Mason and, you know, Emiliano Vargas and those guys. Maybe a step a little bit below those guys, because those guys, you know, have a couple more fights. But, you know, those young guys, man, they're fun to watch.
Yeah, and let's talk about the Carmel fight. So his opponent, actually, Carmel Moden, 4-0, 3 knockouts. His opponent is going to be Victor Vasquez. He's 11 wins, 5 losses. He's lost 11 of those, 5 of those wins were by knockout, and then he's lost 3 by knockout. So, I mean, if he's fighting a guy that has 4 times the amount of fights that he has, what do you guys think of kind of that matchup?
Boxing fix.
Well, we kind of know how they're setting up Moten's, you know, path, right, to you know, give him the fights that are winnable, you know, for him to look impressive on an upward trajectory with his career. So I expect him to impress again, you know, and do what he's been doing and keep getting people to talk about him, and, you know, just handle his business. I do expect him to stop him before the fight's over, though.
What you see?
Yeah. Same thing. You know, I understand. You want to build your fighter. You know, and Kamar Mod is a good upcoming prospect. You know, I'm not just gonna say a good prospect. He's a good upcoming prospect, and yeah, just pretty much to get to the point. I do see a stoppage. You know, I see a stoppage, but hopefully it lasts enough rounds. Even though I highly doubt, respectfully, but hopefully we get a good fight. And yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, so far, Carmel Moden passes the eye test. You know, he seems to have all the things you want to see in a boxer. You know, he's been patient, looking for the knockout as well. So I do expect him to get the stoppage. It's been good that, you know, he is under Mayweather, because he's been kind of getting that exposure to the big events. I know a lot of people kind of make fun of the fact that for his 2 first fights, they were after the main event, so they weren't able to even be like watched by anyone live. But I know people that, you know, when we did post clips of that on YouTube, went crazy looking for Carmel Moten and seeing how he did. And his last fight on the Benavidez card, we finally got to see him, you know, kind of on the prelims. Now he's going to be kind of fighting pretty high up in the card, I believe, the Mayweather. So more exposure for him. He's still super young, and looking for him to do a statement.
Mm-hmm. Didn't he fight pretty high up on his last fight that he had? Wasn't it on the Jake Paul undercard or something like that? And wasn't he a high up fight? I think his last one he was on somebody's undercard, and I want to say he was up there as far as where his fight was.
Let's take a look at which his last one was. So yeah, he's been definitely moving up in the fight cards.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab my phone too.
Yeah, it's doing multitask. So looking up his box rec.
His most recent one? Well, now it's
his
Cuba,
most recent
right?
one. Nah, not the Cuba one. I think was Cuba like on a Benavidez card.
Yeah.
Was it the Benavidez card?
That was the second and last one. So the one you're thinking about, it's actually the I think it's the MMA card with the
with
Masvidal.
Masvidal Diaz at the Honda Center Anaheim.
Yes, that's what I was thinking about. Okay, yep. Okay. I knew it was one of those cards that he was on that wasn't like a, you know, all boxing, you know, boxers type card. I knew he was on one of those, but he's getting the exposure, bro. That's all that matters.
Yeah, for sure. Another fight card that, you know, we're looking forward to here, and I'll show the comment by Skywalker, but he says, Alan David Picasso versus Asit Havanesian, super bantamweight, good fight in the undercard. Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a good card. I mean, if you look at the records, we got Alan Picasso, he's 28-0. 15 knockouts or 16 knockouts, apologies. And then Havanesian, he's 21-4 with 17 knockouts. So that's a good fight. I think it's going to be a good test for Picasso.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think his opponent fights out of Breakhouse Boxing.
Yes,
I could be
sir.
wrong. I think he fights out of
Yes.
there. He's a cool guy. He's a he has a cool decent record. 21-17 kills with 4 losses. No, not too bad, but yeah, no, I think that should be a great fight too. Also, sometimes you say, "Oh, this guy has more wins, more knockouts." It's gonna be easy peasy, but you never know. You don't, like I said, don't underestimate. I don't underestimate any A fighter versus B fighter. Obviously the A fighter is supposed to win, but there's this thing called the upset, in which it makes people go, "Oh, damn, it actually happened." So, but yeah, I mean, I just hope may the best guy win, and hope for a great fight.
Absolutely. Now I want to go ahead and read the rest of the card, and then you guys just give me which fighter you're most looking forward to watch on that card. So we got Victor Ortiz versus Rodrigo Damian Correa. That's going to be an exhibition fight. As we mentioned, Alan Picasso versus Asih Havanesian. We got a women's fight with Silvia Torres versus Cecilia Nino Rodriguez. We got Luis Arias versus Francisco Ruiz Mesquita. We got Aaron Silva versus Alfonso Flores. Luis Rodriguez Acana versus Cesar Baca Espinoso. We got Joseph Brown against Jose Antonio Muros Granada. We got John Easter versus Luis Morales. We already talked about Carmelo Moulton versus Victor Urban Vasquez. And then we also got Jersey Vargas versus Ryan Carrillo Feliciano. So that's the entire fight card. Out of those names, which one are you most excited to kind of watch outside of Carmelo Moulton? Because we were talking about that one, but outside of kind of the main event, Carmelo Moulton, which fight are you most excited to see?
Zeke, I'm gonna let you start off because I'm in the process of looking up the card right now because I didn't.
It's all good. I'm literally the same. I studied some and some I didn't. But I would say,
if you want, you can keep studying. I can go first if you want.
Marvin? Oh yeah, no, yeah. So
good?
I would say maybe I would say the most. There's a couple, but if I was to choose one, would be I don't know, the Victor Ortiz one is kind of catching my attention. Not it's just, I don't know, something I want to see just because I literally met him in person a couple months back. So I don't know. He's a good fighter. My respects to him, and I know that he had that fight with Mayweather a couple years ago. But honestly, I don't know. His name just stands out. But if I'm really interested in seeing a fight, it's gonna be the one that's calling me out. It's Picasso versus Havasarian. I'm not. I just think that Picasso's a great fighter. I met him in person as well. And then I just think that also his opponent is very hungry. He looks hungry in the face off. And I just think that's like one of the out of all of them. That's the fight that catches the main fight that catches my attention is Picasso versus Havasarian. Just because I want to see the outcome of that fight. I know Picasso's a strong fighter, and Havasarian he's hungry too. So I just want to see he has they both have great coaches behind them, but I just like Julian Chua. He's a great coach, great trainer, and I just hope to see a good ending to this fight.
Yeah.
Same one. I would say because Romero I think he's on the verge of that next level because I think he's in his early 20s. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's 23, 24 years old. So he's right on that cusp, right? So I think this fight, because it's in there with someone, like you said, that's coming to fight, and he's a durable guy. So it's that fight, it's like, all right, if he's able to get past this, then he's at that next level. You can start putting him in there with the next level of opponents. So I'm anxious to see, like you said, the outcome of that fight, because it could be a new fighter on the scene that we got to start factoring in when we start talking about titles and number one contenders and things like that.
Yes,
Absolutely. And then Skywalker says Picasso could be a future opponent for Inoue if he stays at super bantamweight.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
a step for him.
He was calling out Luis Netti not too long ago, so this will be a good test to see if he's ready for those type of fights.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, no, definitely. I mean, that Picasso versus Havenetian card is like it's actually gonna be a title fight. It's gonna be WBC silver super bantamweight title on the line, so it's gonna be competitive. I agree with everything I said. Kind of the other fight that stands out to me, just kind of because of the records, is the women's boxing fight on this card.
Mm-hmm.
Sylvia Torres has 27 fights under her belt, and then Cecilia Nino has 3 fights under her belt. So it's just like, will that experience be a big difference in that fight? But ultimately, I think the fighter I'm most excited to see is just Joseph Brown, another young fighter signed to Mayweather Promotions, 17 years old, 2-0, 2 knockouts. He's looked very impressive, and I think if he does well here, we'll see him in another big card soon.
Isn't it something how some of these kids come in at 17, 18 years old and look as impressive as they do sometimes? Isn't that just crazy sometimes? And you're like, man, 17, 18, imagine how they're going to look at 21, 22. So it's a good time to be a boxing fan, man, especially now. We can name 5 to 10 kids that are under the age of 25 that could very easily be world champions within the next 2 or 3 years.
So absolutely. We had Diego Pacheco on our show actually, and he reminded me he's only 23 and he's already kind of on the verge of fighting for a world title, and I was like, dang.
Mm-hmm.
So definitely a lot of coming up.
He's a very both of them and all his family, they're pretty humble. I just met him like last week. Long story short, like I was telling Jose, my homeboy I used to work with, he knows Pacheco because they went to the same school. But he's a strong fighter. He's tall. He has length and he's hungry. I like that these fighters don't back down. Like they let's sign a contract and we'll get it going. But yeah, he's a 23, I believe, like you said, and literally 20. Just he's not no 24, no 25, no 20. He's 23, and the level he's at right now, it tells a lot. Not only about him but about his whole team, how they've how they built him, to up to that level, and what they still have more to go.
For sure.
Yeah, and then another young fighter keep a lookout for is Jersey Vargas, aka the Gorilla. He's 20 years old, 2-0, 2 knockouts. Also, signed Mayweather, trains out of the Mayweather boxing gym. A lot of people compare him to Tank, as far as his fighting style. So keep a lookout for him.
Floyd finds them. He finds them when they're babies, and who better to to learn from, to learn the art of hitting and not getting hit, other than surrounding yourself with people like Floyd Mayweather. So kudos to him.
Yeah, he's got an eye for talent. Got to give him his props for that.
For sure.
So now switching gears, talking about the main event now. Mayweather Gotti 3, the rematch. Did you guys actually see the first fight? I unfortunately did not see it, but did you guys see the first fight?
Yeah, I kind of did. I kind of did, but I wasn't expecting it to end like that. So I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
what's going on?"
Yeah.
Go ahead. Your boxing fix. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say I agree, man. I watched it obviously because it's boxing and I'm a watch, and Floyd Mayweather is one of my all-time favorite fighters, so naturally I'm a watch. But when that whole brawl happened, like after the ref called the fight, man, that threw me off, because everybody started getting in the ring and everything went crazy, and to find that they're gonna fight again kind of surprised me too, because I'm like, hold on, that first one ended kind of ugly, and now y'all gonna run it back. So we'll see what happens, man.
Do you think that's the reason why they're running it back? Because of the brawl at the end, kind of how viral that went?
I think yeah, because I guess they want to be professional about it. They don't want it to end like. Unfortunately, the first one ended like that. But in my perspective, like, you know what, let's just be professionals about this and end it the right way. Give the fans what they want to see. Of course, yeah, it's an exhibition match, and some boxing fans won't support it, some will. It goes either way. But I just think they want to give the fans what they want to see. Some fans are like, you know what, oh, we will actually want to see it again. So I'm like, nah, it's just an exhibition match. Maybe the same thing's gonna happen, but I think just like at the end of the day, they're fighting, so they want to put a better perspective than the first time. So I just guess they just want to give the fans a good show, and that's pretty much it.
And from that first fight,
I think part of it too.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro. Do your thing.
No, I was gonna say, like, did you guys see like any potential wrinkles in Mayweather's game now? He's 47 years old. Like, is he potentially now at that age where he could get beat by a younger guy, or you guys did he still look good?
Well, I know he's getting old, but I don't think he's at a level where he'll get beat by somebody like John Gotti. I don't think he'll get beat by somebody like that in an exhibition. That's why Floyd's careful. That's why he said that he's not going to be doing any real fights, because that's a whole different ball game if you're getting in there with an actual boxer. So I think Floyd realizes that, and Floyd will probably tell you, yeah, there's some wrinkles in his game, because like you said, the man's 50, approaching. If he's not 50, he's approaching 50. So naturally, there is going to be a decline. That's just how life works. So I think Floyd is smart about it. He realizes what his body can and can't do at this point, and even though he can still fight at a high level, obviously he realizes that. He still has the skills, even at his age, to still put on a show and still do what he needs to do in the ring.
Yeah. This like back to the age difference kind of reminds me of upcoming fight too, and some fans are gonna watch it, some aren't. The Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson. So it's like the same thing age wise. I my respects to Mike Tyson. It's Mike Tyson. The name says it for itself. Jay Paul is an upcoming fighter. He's built his way up. I'm not. I got to give him his credit. But I just think that just like the same. Maybe Mike Tyson could feel. I think he did go through that. I think he was in the hospital right recently. Some health. Yeah, exactly. So he was in the hospital for that. But I just think that it's a way different game when you're actually in there and you're constantly moving, you're constantly throwing this. You're he knows he's a legend. He knows himself how to control it, but he's obviously much older. Who knows how his stamina would work out there. Who knows if he's gonna be the same. It might look like it, but he is. I believe he's like mid 50s. Mike Tyson.
Sounds about right. Yeah, he's up there.
So it's like I'm gonna watch him. I'll watch any boxing fight. Either boxing fans like to watch him or not. But yeah, I just think that the age does have a lot to do with it. Either you say I still got it, but just I just hope that match both either Jake Paul and Mike Tyson and John Gotti and Mayweather. I just hope they're both great matches.
Absolutely. I mean, and whether you love Mayweather or hate Mayweather, you got to respect that he was able to retire from such a brutal sport with his mental faculties intact, And if he's still out here wanting to do exhibition fights, there's an audience for that. People are going to pay to watch it. And if you don't, that's cool. That's cool. But, if people are not buying it, promoters want to have them, then that's going to be the end of the exhibition era. But until then, the promoters still want to have him on at these events, and there's money to be made. Expect to see Mayweather fighting more exhibitions.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and I mean there's always gonna be a platform somewhere for Floyd Mayweather. It may not be, the top tier, you know what I mean, as far as being televised and all that stuff. But when you talk about Floyd, money, Mayweather, the key word in there is money. So there's always gonna be, a platform for him. So it's just a matter of how long does he want to continue to do this? It's not like he needs the money, obviously. So it's just a matter of how long he wants to do this. And like you said, it's up to you if you want to watch it at this point. I get it. It's frustrating sometimes. People like we don't want to see this and what have you. I get it, but you don't have to watch. It's very easy. You don't have to watch. So yeah. So we'll see what happens, man. I always enjoy watching Floyd Mayweather one way or the other.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, like I said, it's going to be a great undercard on that event. So at the very least, tune in and watch some of these up and coming prospects because they could be the future, face of boxing. And then tune in for the Mayweather Gotti fight. That could be entertaining. You never know. Perfect. Well, any closing thoughts, guys, before we wrap up?
Who you want me to go first or
Go for it.
Go for it.
Let me go. All right. This has been fun, man. I know we've talked about doing this for a while now. We made the little announcement on our social media, but this is just going to be the first of a lot of different great content that we have. Ain't no telling who you might see up here. We might have some fighters that stop through and talk boxing with us. So if you haven't already, make sure you follow both of us. Make sure you follow Mo Boxing No Problem as well as myself, your boxing fix. Make sure you follow both because it's the best as far as your boxing news. You're gonna get boxing coverage globally, non-biased, and that's the best kind. You get people that truly love covering the sport, love talking about it, and it comes off when you have these boxing discussions. So this has been great. Hopefully the first of many. I've been honored to do this. Good seeing y'all again. Always good seeing y'all. And definitely appreciate everybody that's tapped in too, because without y'all, this literally doesn't happen. Like he doesn't have the platform that he has, even though these guys have been doing an amazing job. I don't have the platform that I don't have without you guys. That's just how it works. So we are definitely appreciative for everybody that taps in, and I'm done, man. Just make sure you follow us, and hopefully we get to do this again very, very soon.
Very well said. Seek any closing comments?
Pretty much you said it all. Just thank everyone. We're doing this because of all the fans, because of everyone that likes it, because of everyone that follows, comments, sends DMs. They want this, they want that, and anything you guys want, you guys either DM us, DM your boxing fix, maybe, at the end of the day, both channels together, we give you guys more news, more information, just thank you guys. Honestly, thank you guys for watching us and keep supporting not just our channel, not just your boxing fix, but other channels. We gotta be. It's not, we don't choose A side or B side. It's we give support to everyone, and we appreciate you guys so much. And keep on supporting us. And yeah, pretty much. Thank you to all our fans. And we're just getting started.
Absolutely, man. Well, yeah, I had a ton of fun as well. I know this is only the first episode, so it's only going to get better from here, especially with the feedback from the fans, what we want to see. And just as we kind of start building more rapport together, it's just going to get better. And as you know, your boxing fix, it's a grind. It's a grind to do what we do. So I appreciate you kind of coming on and just we each motivate each other to kind of keep this going. And ultimately, the fans are kind of what keep us going, because I would probably retired a long time ago if we didn't have the audience we had. So thanks to the fans for tuning in. Let us know what you guys want to see from these weekly shows. We're gonna tune in, try to be consistent. Friday 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern. We're gonna try to focus on the upcoming weekend's fights. But let us know if you want us to mix this up to talk about any other topics. This will be your show, so just let us know. Drop it in the comments, and I think we're good to wrap.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome. All right. Thank you, man. Take care.
Y'all be safe. Peace.